Hey, I'm Jake from Box Programming, and today we're going to talk about why programming linear macrocycles is a mismatch for group programming. We have people constantly joining, people missing classes or on limited attendance packages. They might only attend 2 to 3 classes per week. Maybe they're on vacation. Additionally, when we focus on one quality of fitness for too long, we're neglecting others and we're not truly building GPP. Also, let's be honest, back squatting for 12 weeks straight is boring. So a better approach is going to be using concurrent training utilizing microcycles and the conjugate approach. In a classic conjugate template, we would have 2 max effort days in a week and 2 dynamic effort days. On max effort days, we would be rotating the exercise each week with a different variation. And on dynamic effort days, we would be progressing the same exercise for 3 weeks. While we're huge conjugate fans at BP, over the years, we've realized that classic conjugate split is not a great fit for the general population. So we've made adjustments by trading more of those max effort sessions for repetition effort and submax, and repeating the main exercise for at least 2 weeks to give people more exposure to certain variations in order to make progress. This is the template that we're currently using with really fantastic results. So we're going to outline our methods first. We have repetition effort. We have submax effort, max effort, and dynamic effort. I apologize in advance for my handwriting. So our main strength days are going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, an approach that we used for a long time was using 4 strength days in a week. And with that split, we had Monday as a lower body day, Tuesday as upper body, Wednesday was a recovery conditioning day, and then Thursday and Friday were again lower body and upper body, alternating between these methods. We found that a better approach is going to be using 3 strength days per week. And so Monday is going to be our squat variation. Wednesday is going to be a press variation. And Friday is going to be a hinge variation. Now, there are a lot of different exercises that we could choose from under this umbrella. We could do box squats, front, back, Anderson squats, single leg variations. There's a lot to choose from. Press could be a horizontal or vertical, and a hinge could be a variety of different deadlift variations, single leg, could also be Olympic variations too, fit really nicely here. So let's just outline a couple of example scenarios for our squat. Let's pick a method. So let's call this a submax, and we're going to say box squat. And this is going to be a 4 RM in the box squat. Wednesday, we're going to choose repetition effort. All right. And so we're going to use, bodybuilding style rep range is 8 to 12 reps. We could do a dumbbell bench press. If we wanted to get more creative with the exercise selection, we could do a single arm glute bridge bench press. Or we could keep it more simple and just do a classic dumbbell bench press. This is going to be, we're going to call this 3 sets and 10 to 12 reps on each. And then there are 2 different ways that we could go. So I like to superset here, and we could do this 2 different ways. So we could do a classic push-pull superset. This could be some type of horizontal row variation, or lately, we've been doing a full body approach, which has been really well received and delivered really good results. And so we would pair with an upper body push, we would pair a lower body pull. So this could be, let's call this a hybrid stance RDL. And hamstrings respond really well to lower rep ranges, 6 to 8. So we're going to go 3 by 6 to 8 here. And if we are doing a superset here, if I'm doing a single arm or single leg movement, I like the other movement to be a bilateral movement, just because doing two single arm or single leg movements back to back eats up a lot of time. It's pretty demanding session. So moving on to Friday, this is going to be our hinge variation, and we're going to use dynamic effort is going to be our method. And so we're going to call this a power clean. And this is going to be 6 sets of 2 every 60 seconds. And I do want to spend a minute to talk about dynamic effort. So you guys are obviously familiar with, bodybuilding style work, repetition effort, sub-max, max effort. Dynamic effort is something that we're really big on at BP, and not many people do. And it's important for a number of reasons. The primary reason is because we're training a different area of the force velocity curve. We're lifting lighter weight and focusing on bar speed. And that's why it's also a really good fit for Olympic variations, where we're really focused on developing explosive power. So the weight's going to be lighter here. With an Olympic variation, we can go a little bit heavier, but typically with a dynamic effort rep scheme and percentage prescription, we're going to be on the lighter side, anywhere from 50 to maybe 70% on the high end. But as I said, with Olympic variations, we can push that a little bit higher, okay? Because the emphasis is already going to be on bar speed with an Olympic variation. So that's one reason why dynamic effort is a really good method to start to implement in your classes. Another reason is we're just decreasing some wear and tear on the joints by not always lifting super slow, super heavy, crushing ourselves, grinding out really hard reps. And another really good reason is that it makes people feel athletic. Okay, so those are 3 good reasons right there why you would want to consider adding dynamic effort. As we mentioned before, this is going to be a 3-week wave here. Okay, this repetition effort, this could be a 3-week wave. Typically, I keep this to 2-week waves, or else people start to get bored. We get, people starting to complain about repeating the same thing. So I like to run a superset like this on a 2-week wave. And week 2, we would just either be increasing our weight or our reps. And then with submax work here, we could go a number of different directions with this. Week 2, this could be built to a 3 RM. We could also be going for volume, and we could go for a 5 RM and trying to get close to the weight of the 4 RM on the previous week. A number of different ways that we could progress that. Or we could switch to a different variation completely. And so you see, I'm sure you're starting to get the picture here, that we can make this week 2 is going to look different than week 1, because Wednesday is going to be the same and Friday is going to be similar, but Monday could be completely different. Week 3, Monday is going to be completely different, Wednesday is going to be completely different, and then Friday is still going to be the same, because this is a 3-week wave here. So week to week, you're going to get a lot of variation in what the strength work looks like, while still keeping a really solid structure that delivers really great results. So I hope this was helpful. I'll talk more about sets and reps and rest intervals and go a little bit deeper on how to progress these things in subsequent videos. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.